News coming out of the White House this morning. Let's start with the Trump administration's attempt to freeze trillions of dollars of grants and loans. A federal judge has temporarily blocked President Trump's order minutes before it was set to take effect yesterday, causing some chaos and confusion for many programs across the country. The judge said she's imposing this stay until at least Monday, so she has more time to determine whether organizations will be harmed by this funding freeze. Democrats argue these funds were already approved by Congress and that the Trump administration does not have the blanket authority to do this. The White House, though, disagrees.
If this cuts happen, it's going to affect New Yorkers in every way. We're going to lose police and be less safe. Our schools are going to be cut, and in places like Long Island and Westchester, that could mean school taxes go up. It's going to hurt food inspection to keep our food safe. It's a cut across the board. It's a meat axe.
It does not affect any service that the government is required to provide. It does not affect any entitlement. It does not affect any service to citizens. It does not affect any individual benefit, any public assistance program, or anything of that nature.
The White House released a memo yesterday further clarifying, saying vital programs like Social Security, Medicare, food stamps, Head Start, farm assistance, and rental assistance will not be affected. Meanwhile, White House officials are talking about what comes next with immigration enforcement.
Homeland Security says they hope to arrest hundreds of people this week. Natalie Duddridge here live in the studio. And Natalie, we saw those arrests yesterday in the Bronx.
Yes, that's right, Chris and Mary. It was a multi-agency operation focused on several neighborhoods in the Bronx. It resulted in nearly 24 people arrested, including a man who was wanted for a double murder in the Dominican Republic. The Trump administration initially said its focus was on deporting criminals, but now they're saying all undocumented migrants are on notice.
We're going to continue to go after them and remove them.
Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem told Fox News the enforcement action is just beginning after she rode along Tuesday in the Bronx with ICE agents, DHS, ATF, and the DEA.
We did encounter and incarcerate a Tren de Agua member, one of the ringleaders. He had warrants out for his arrest in Colorado, and this ringleader had just tried to buy some grenades. He had been a part of a gun buy.
In total, 20 immigrants arrested in the Bronx, 12 with criminal records. 8 had no criminality other than entering the country illegally. The Trump administration had previously said its priority was deporting violent criminals. On Tuesday, the White House press secretary said any undocumented migrant could be deported.
If you are an individual, a foreign national, who illegally enters the United States of America, you are, by definition, a criminal. And so, therefore, you are subject to deportation.
And that's highly concerning for the New York Immigration Coalition.
What they're trying to do is instill fear in our communities and continue to push this narrative that they're coming for everyone.
We spoke to people in the Bronx where the enforcement action took place about how they're feeling.
I feel bad for those people that really came to this country to get a better future. But a fault of other criminals, now those people have to pay.
This is very bad that they have these people here. They're taking our money, they're taking our food stamps, they're taking our jobs. They taking our streets over, and they bringing more police, and we don't need police over here. We fine the way we are. Take them back. Take them back, Trump.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement says their search for people here in the country illegally led to nearly 1,000 arrests yesterday nationwide. President Trump's goal is to deport 1 million undocumented people per year. Chris and Mary.
All right, Natalie, thank you. Meantime, President Trump plans to sign his first piece of legislation into law. The Laken Riley Act is named after a Georgia nursing student who was killed last year while out on a run by a Venezuelan national who entered the U.S. illegally. The law will mandate the detention and potential deportation of any immigrant arrested or charged with theft or violent crime. Critics argue it violates basic rights by detaining people who haven't actually been convicted of a crime.
And the president has signed an executive order aimed at getting federal support for certain types of gender-affirming care for people under age 19. The order covers puberty blockers, hormone replacement therapy, and surgical procedures. The American Academy of Pediatrics responded, saying parents and families should be free to make their own medical decisions. And we'll continue to stay on top of President Trump's first 100 days in office and his policies that impact you. For updates anytime, go to CBSNewYork.com.